What's up, guys? It's Mint, back on the channel. And today I've got a knife that I've wanted for so long, and I've tried so hard to get my hands on one of these. And finally, thanks to Buffness, I was actually able to. Not talking about my Cygnus, although this is definitely something I've wanted for a while. And I actually got something way cooler than what I originally had planned on. And while yes, the Cygnus is an amazing knife, and it was my number one for a bit, that is no longer the case. Now, this does take the number 2 spot, and it is a very, very close, it's a very close, I guess, what would you call it? I can't think of the words. I'm still kind of in shock that I even have the Cygnus. And now I got my dream knife. They're very close in ranking. That's what I'd say. Close in ranking. Like the Cygnus, it comes close to the number 1 spot. Huge part of it being its rarity, the look of it. But I wouldn't exactly say it's in my number 1 anymore. Again, very close second spot though. But not quite number 1 anymore. Now, the knife I am talking about is the Fellowship Blades Empusa. I got this from Buffness, also custom anodized from him, and it has been my dream knife ever since I first saw Ethan's video on it, on Blade Bias. I have wanted one of these for so long, and I finally got my hands on one. Now, I have seen a lot of people say that it flips weird, it takes some getting used to. And while I could see that for most people, for me that wasn't the case. It just kind of naturally fit my flipping style. And I don't know, I've never really felt a knife do that. The Cygnus I picked up pretty quick, but I did have to get used to the lighter weight. This weight just came naturally to me. I just loved it right away. The weight distribution is amazing, in my opinion. So this is definitely a big thing for me. I know a lot of people might also just say, you know, it's an Empusa, man. There's quite a few out there. You could have got one eventually. Yeah, I could have. But this is, to me, this is just amazing. I absolutely love the ano that Buffness did. I was trying to go for like a Miami 80s synthwave kind of color. Like, I don't know how to describe it very well, but I'm sure some of you might understand what I mean. Man, this is just... Now, I will say something right now. You cannot get these brand new anymore. At least I don't think so. I'm not sure if it's just a build to order or if these are totally discontinued because of the whole situation with Fellowship Blades. Really sad to hear that. Not something I really wanted to say, but just wanted to make that clear. You cannot buy these unless you get them secondhand market. There are no new Empusas. So just keep that in mind. This is not like a review to tell people, yeah, go buy this product. I can't do that. As much as I would love to, I can't. You cannot get a new one. I will say, if you can find one for a good value, whether it's sale value or trade value, if you can find one for a good value on the secondhand market, I would more than recommend this to someone, at least to give it a shot. Because even if it's not your cup of tea, it is a very interesting knife. It's made very well, actually. I absolutely love the design on this. If you look closely, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but on the blade, there's these little like laser etches in it, and it adds texture, and it's really cool. It's also on the Medusa blades. You can find those. The Medusa, I've noticed you can see them a lot better, especially on a black blade. You can see it a lot more. but they are still on this blade, and I think it's awesome. The pivot's absolutely beautiful. I mean, just art piece right here. That's all I really got for this. It is... it's something. I honestly do apologize if my wording is a bit off. Again, another grail of mine that I have now. I'm not really thinking too clearly right now, so I do apologize if my wording sounds off. The blade is made from S35VN steel. I don't know if y'all can see the engraving on it, but it says S35VN engraved into the blade, stamped in there. Mine is production number 123, which I love. I always seem to end up with the funny knives, with something kind of like funny to them. This one I got 123. I had an orange Kraken that I had traded a while back, and it was made October 31st, 2023. So I had called it my pumpkin knife while I had it. But God, I'm really trying to think what to say here. I absolutely love the handle design. It keeps it very lightweight. It does look like it would be a heavier knife, and while it is kind of heavy, it's got some weight to it. It's not too heavy to flip. It's just like it kind of asks for a more slow flipping style. But it's not bad at all. And I just dropped it. I just died inside right there. It fans very well because of the kukri blade. I've heard some people say it's real snappy with its fans. I have not noticed that. If you've watched Pyro's video on it, you can hear him say how it's, not really his thing. It takes a very specific type of flipping style, and which I get, it definitely does. But I feel like it fits my flipping style almost perfect. But this knife definitely is not for everyone. And I also will make it clear, this is nothing like a Medusa. It has the same handles. It is not like a Medusa. They flip totally different. I mean, they both flip. They're balisongs. They're gonna flip. You can have a good time on both of them. I personally like them both. I just like the Empusa a whole lot more. Now, I will say I'm pretty sure the Empusa is cheaper, or was cheaper than the Medusa. I'm not too sure on that. But last I checked, the Medusa was a yeah, they had the V3 Medusa for around, I believe, 700 to 750. Make sure I didn't nick myself up. Oh well. They had it for around 700 to 750. I don't remember the price on the Empusa. I was never able to check it out while it was new. I don't know why. I just never really thought go to Fellowship Blades and check it out. I also just wouldn't have been able to afford it at the time. Ouch. Actually kind of hurts. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video, kind of showing it to y'all. It is a knife that I've wanted again for a while. It's my dream knife since I've seen it. A lot of people have asked me, why not go for something like the Seraph or the Nami? Those just really aren't my style. I love the Nami, don't get me wrong. It's one of the best flippers that I've tried. But there's just, I don't know. The Seraph might be cool. I will give it a shot if I get the chance. I will definitely do a review on it if I can get my hands on one. But it just, I don't know. I absolutely love kukri blades. I love the handle design on this. It has an amazing weight distribution. And from what I have heard, don't quote me on this because I'm not sure, but just from what I've heard, the Seraph is a lot like a Nami. And if that's the case, I already kind of know what to expect. So I'm not sure if I'll be picking myself up a Seraph. I will definitely see if I can find one. And if I can, again, I'll do a review on it. but I'm not too sure if I'm going to. It doesn't pique my interest as much as something like the Empusa or the Cygnus. Now, I will do a little mini comparison since these are both my Grail knives that I own. Because I did trade my Aquatic for this Empusa, by the way. I did not buy it. I traded for it. The Aquatic is no longer in my collection. A little quick, comparison, I guess. I've noticed that the Empusa, even though my Cygnus has carbon fiber in the handles, the Empusa seems to have more grip. I don't know why that is. The Cygnus just seems to slide around a bit more. And it's not bad, you know, it's not bad at all. It still has a lot of grip. It's just, I noticed the Empusa definitely does have more grip when I'm flipping that. Another thing is the size. I had uploaded a picture of these to a server that I'm in. And people said the Empusa, well, someone said the Empusa just looks like it dwarfs the Cygnus. And yes, the Cygnus is smaller than the Empusa, which is another thing I don't really like too much. I like bigger knives. I have bigger hands. I don't know, bigger knives just feel like they kind of flow around my fingers instead of my fingers having to flow with the knife. I don't really know how else to word that. It's just, with this, I don't really have to try as much to flip. And it's just, something about it is just so much nicer to me. That's another reason that people did recommend me, like a Seraph or a Slip T, if I can find one of those, is because of the size of them. They are longer knives, and I tend to like those more. If I can, I definitely will pick up a Slip T. That is actually something I wanted to try to challenge myself to do, is find a Slip T and kind of grailify it. I want to get some, like, channel spacers for it. Possibly carbon fiber if I can find someone who can make them. And then maybe some inlays in the handles. But I'd love to see what I could do with a Slip T. I had actually talked to Ethan not too long ago about it, about what I should get, a Seraph or a Slip T. He did tell me a Seraph is more of a grail knife. It's already kind of grailified. Whereas the Slip T, in his words, is not as grailable in his opinion. Which I totally understand. It's not meant to be their high-end, like, crazy titanium knife. It's meant to be their more, I guess, cheaper option. I'm not sure where that is on there. Also, another note, cannot get a Slip T anymore. Brand new. It is discontinued. Rest in peace. But, yeah, so if I can get my hands on one of those, I will definitely be doing videos on them. Expect to see the Empusa a lot more in videos if I ever do, like, commentary videos. Again, this is, like, my favorite knife to flip at the moment. Probably gonna stay that way. But I absolutely love this thing. Huge thank you to Buffness for sending it out. I feel like I got one hell of a deal on it. Again, it was just my Aquatic for this and a free Anno, which I feel like was well worth it. But I am absolutely in love with this thing. I'll do a quick little tolerance and sound test for you. No tap. Little play. I think that's going to be it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.